Listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. My name is Ibrahim Traore.
A message to the world from President Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso. Let me be clear. My name is Ibrahim Traore, President of Burkina Faso, and I speak today not only as a head of state, but as a voice rising from the heart of a continent long silent. I speak for my people, and for millions of Africans who are tired of being pushed, exploited, and dismissed. We will no longer remain silent. We will no longer submit. We will no longer allow foreign powers to treat Africa as their playground. Recently, statements surfaced purportedly from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, warning African leaders to stay in line or face consequences. Whether or not he said those exact words is irrelevant. The message was loud and clear. Africa is still expected to obey. Let me now offer a message of my own. Netanyahu, to any nation, to any foreign leader who believes Africa can still be intimidated, manipulated, or coerced. We are not your colonies. We are not your pawns. We are sovereign nations, and we will defend our freedom fiercely and unapologetically. In Ouagadougou, standing before cameras, journalists, and citizens, I spoke not from a script, but from the heart. Because when you speak the truth, the words come naturally. I looked directly into the camera and stated what needed to be said. Burkina Faso does not answer to Tel Aviv. We do not answer to Washington. We do not answer to any power that believes it can buy us or bomb us into submission. This was not merely a rebuke of one nation. It was a message to every foreign government that has exploited Africa's wealth, undermined its leadership, or dismissed its sovereignty. And I concluded with this warning. If you come for one of us, you come for all of us. Africa is not yours to threaten. You may ask why I chose to speak so openly. Why not remain diplomatic? Why not express concern behind closed doors? Because that approach has failed Africa for decades. Africa does not need silence. Africa needs courage. For too long, this continent has been carved up, pillaged, and dictated to. Foreign powers extracted our gold, diamonds, and oil, divided our people with artificial borders, and imposed systems designed to keep us dependent. Even after we won independence, they stayed through economic pressure, military bases, and political interference. But that era is ending. Burkina Faso has said enough. Our people have said enough. Africa has said enough. The so-called warning from Netanyahu was not just an affront to my government. It was a disgrace to every African's soul longing for dignity and autonomy. They expected silence. They expected fear. They expected us to bow. But we are no longer the Africa they once knew. Following my speech, something remarkable happened. The words spoken in that crowded press hall in Ouagadougou traveled far beyond our borders. They spread across X, Telegram, WhatsApp, and millions across Africa responded. From Mali to Guinea, from Niger to South Africa, our people rose, not just in support of me, but in support of themselves, their dignity, their future. In Mali, my brother Colonel Assimi Goïta shared the speech publicly. In Guinea, Mamadi Doumbouya declared his support. Hashtags like hashtag Africa will not bow and hashtag Weston with Traore became rallying cries. This was not a moment of viral fame. It was a spark in a powder keg of awakening. Africa is no longer a collection of divided states. We are becoming a united front, a family, a force. Let me explain what sovereignty truly means. It is not a ceremonial word. It is the right to determine who enters our land, who accesses our resources, and who earns our partnership. It is the right to govern without threats or bribes from beyond our borders. In Burkina Faso, that means no more foreign military bases, no more unfair agreements that enrich others while impoverishing our people, no more submission to those who think African leadership is for sale. And we are not standing alone. Together with Mali and Niger, we have formed the Sahel Alliance, a new bloc dedicated to mutual defense, regional cooperation, and economic self-determination. Our alliance is not based on fear or dependency, but on solidarity and vision. Yes, previous African leaders have spoken of unity, but this moment is different. Why? Because the global order is shifting, and Africa is finally stepping forward to shape its own future. Once dominated by colonial powers like France, many have now reclaimed full control. We've said no to foreign meddling. We've removed the bases. We've shut down the channels of exploitation. We are no longer waiting for permission. We are writing our own story. When I spoke about Netanyahu, I was speaking to every global power that has used Africa for its gain. To those who threaten us with sanctions, weapons, or silence, your time is over. Africa is no longer afraid. The fact that Israel issued no public response, no denial, no defense, speaks volumes. They didn't expect resistance. They're accustomed to compliance. But I'm not here to comfort those who disregard us. I am here to challenge them. Western media largely ignored the speech. Of course they did. Our defiance doesn't fit their narrative. They'd rather portray Africa as broken, divided, and dependent. But each time our voices rise, each time a hashtag trends, each time another African leader stands tall, we reclaim our story. I never intended to become a symbol. I am a son of Burkina Faso, entrusted with the responsibility to protect and uplift my people. But when I see the overwhelming support from youth, elders, workers, and freedom fighters across the continent, I realize this is not about me. It's about us. We are the generation that refuses to beg. We are the generation that demands a seat at the table as equals. Let me return to the Sahel Alliance, because it is the foundation of what's coming next. Our collaboration is deeper than politics. It's a commitment to shared progress. We will build schools that teach African history, hospitals that heal, economies that empower, security systems that protect, not occupy. And the Sahel Alliance is just the beginning. I dream of an Africa that is united from coast to coast, from the Sahara to the Cape, bound not by borders, but by purpose. To those still attempting to dictate our future, you're out of time. We are not your resource pit. We are not your private army. We are not your colonial ghosts. We are Africa, rising, united, and determined. To my fellow Africans, this is our moment. Do not fear. Do not hesitate. Raise your voice.